All right, let's go. If you're tired, not feeling fit, tired, just not having a focus, tired, just not having a life that you desire, this is the way to be. I'm Jason Yarusi. Today, let's talk about life in the shadows. I was thinking the other day about the movie Field of Dreams, where an Iowa farmer just builds this baseball field in a cornfield after hearing a mysterious voice say, if you build it, he will come. And in so many parts of our life, we have this moment where we want to do something, right? And then we don't. And we feel this deep, unresolved grief or lack or loss for not doing this. And in this story, it's about Ray, who is the farmer, where he had this relationship that was lost with his deceased father, which ultimately this story is about him building this baseball field where the opportunity to reconnect happens through this idea of just him going out there and doing something for which no one else sees or no one else believes in. And when you think about your life, when you think about your days, when you think about what you're doing, when you think about each and every moment that passes, are you hiding in the shadows, hoping that you don't get noticed, or looking at opportunities as only someone else's game and letting the days go by where you feel unfulfilled, you feel lost, you feel that you're missing out on each and every moment for which life has to hold? I was at my kids, their school does a tremendous job where each and every Veterans Day, they have this massive gathering where they invite basically all of the kids to invite their parents, grandparents, anybody who served or is serving in the military across all branches of the military to a Veterans Day. And throughout that, they get honored and they get welcomed in. And I was, the speaker today was talking about how many times this has changed, right? My dad was in Vietnam, for people that came back in the 60s and the 70s and they came back to America after serving, they weren't welcomed back in a way that, you were today, where you're thanked for your service, right? You were seen as, in many ways vile or unwanted, right? And so those people have this moment in time where they have this lack, or they have this loss, or they have this, regret for doing something. But when you look at just the military overall and the people who have served and just what they have put themselves through for us, for our country, for everything around us, right? For us to be able to sit here and talk openly and freely in platforms like podcasts, to just go out. And if I want to get in my car and drive across the country, I can. If I want to go out there and start a business, or I want to have the opportunity to go start a family, or move from point A to point B, or change occupations, or, go swim in a river. I have all that for the sacrifices and the suffering of others who at many times, gave up their freedom, right? They missed the holidays, they missed their families, they missed many times going to potentially they're seeing their kids' first steps, or even going when their kids were getting married, or just moments in time that were lost because they were away serving and doing a duty, doing something ultimately at the time potentially was lost on maybe what the through line was, because they were just told to do a job. It could just be to stand watch or do KP duty, right? Or all these other betweens. But because of their sacrifice, because of their will to stay determined, to stay committed to what was the plan, what was the action, what was their job, we have these freedoms and rewards that we have each and every day. And that massive help and many times was unwelcome. But at the time, if you look today, if you look back at the sacrifices that they've made today, it set the stage for us to live in this beautiful country, live in the greatest place in the world. So what's the through line to you? You don't know what the sacrifices will be. You don't know what the rewards will be. You don't know what the outcomes will be. But if there's something calling in your mind today, there's something telling you that you need to make a change, or to go after it, to start something new, to try something different, to go and explore, go live free, go out and try something that you've never ever tried before. What's the regret for not doing it? What's the path if you decide to never take that chance? Never listen to that voice. Never take that opportunity that you feel in your heart is the right way to go, because you're scared about the results. You're scared about the other side of it. You're scared about what could be the consequences. Well, the consequences of never doing is never knowing and never understanding what could have been if you just went out there and did. We thank all of the military for what they've sacrificed, and yet we have this freedom in this country. But many times we stay chained to a life that we don't like, that we don't want, that we ultimately look back and have deep, unresolved regret about. Today is the day to open up and to see all the opportunities in front of us. And understand it's just like picking up an apple off the tree. You want to try something different, then just get out there and do. Sounds hard until you do it. Sounds easy when you just start getting on the road, taking one step at a time. Today is your permission slip to go out there and seek permission for yourself to say, you know what? I've always wanted to do this and I know it's what I'm made to do. And then go out there and do it. All right, this is what I have for you today. If you can do anything for us, go down there and leave us an honest rating and review. It helps us continue to get the show out to the mass and continue to bring this show to more and more people looking to live 100 today. Let's do this.